At 9:42 p.m., a voicemail arrived. It was only 6 seconds long. No screaming, no threats, just a quiet voice saying something it shouldn't have known. By the time investigators heard it, the missing person case had already been closed. They would reopen it within the hour, because the voicemail proved one thing beyond doubt. Someone had lied, and the lie didn't just hide a disappearance. It rewrote an entire marriage. On paper, Daniel Mercer had vanished voluntarily. No forced entry, no struggle, no suspicious withdrawals. Just a man who left his phone at home, his car neatly parked, and his wedding ring on the nightstand. His wife, Elena Mercer, reported him missing after exactly 48 hours. Not panicked, not hysterical, just composed. She told police the same story 3 times, without changing a word. Daniel had been distant, overworked, quiet lately. He needed space, she said. I think he just left. The officers believed her. So did everyone else. For 2 weeks. Disappearances don't stay quiet forever. They echo. To outsiders, the Mercers were untouchable. 10 years married. No kids by choice. Matching social media captions. Dinner parties. Vacations. Smiles. But friends noticed something strange after Daniel vanished. Elena didn't cry. She reorganized the house. She donated his clothes, changed the locks, booked a solo trip. When asked how she was coping, she said, "I grieve while he was still here." That sentence would later become important. Daniel's phone was found on the kitchen counter, fully charged. No outgoing calls after 6:11 p.m. the night he disappeared. But one thing stood out. A deleted voicemail. Police assumed it was spam. They didn't restore it until a tech analyst, reviewing the phone weeks later for an unrelated case, noticed the timestamp didn't match. The voicemail arrived 3 days after Daniel was reported missing from an unknown number. That alone was enough to reopen the case. What that voicemail contained changed everything. The restored message was brief. A man's voice. Calm. Familiar. You were right. She never suspected a thing. That was it. 6 seconds. But investigators froze. Because the voice wasn't Daniel's. It belonged to someone Elena knew very well. Someone who had been interviewed. Someone who had an alibi. Someone who had stood beside her at the press conference. The voice matched Marcus Hale, Daniel's best friend, best man at the wedding, frequent guest, trusted confidant. Marcus claimed he hadn't seen Daniel in weeks, but phone records said otherwise. Burner phones, encrypted apps, late-night pings near the Mercer home. When confronted, Marcus didn't deny the voicemail. He denied the meaning. He claimed Daniel had planned to disappear, that Elena had been part of it. But then investigators asked one question. If that's true, why didn't Daniel call Elena? Marcus didn't answer. Because Daniel never planned to leave. Investigators reconstructed the final night. Daniel discovered the affair. Not emotional, methodical. He planned to confront Elena. Marcus was already there. What happened next wasn't recorded. But the voicemail revealed the aftermath. The phrase, "she never suspected a thing," was a reassurance. It was confirmation. Elena hadn't known Marcus would turn on her, because Marcus had already turned on Daniel. Under pressure, Marcus confessed, not to murder, to manipulation. He convinced Daniel to meet privately, drug him, stage the disappearance. Daniel survived. Barely. He had been hospitalized under a false name, unconscious for days. By the time he woke up, his wife had already grieved him, publicly, permanently. Daniel didn't return home. He filed for divorce. Elena was charged, not for violence, but for conspiracy, obstruction, and fraud. Because the most dangerous crimes aren't always loud. Sometimes they arrive quietly, in 6 seconds. If you think you know someone, ask yourself this. What would a voicemail reveal if the truth finally spoke? Thank you for following till the end. Like, subscribe, and share for more true crime content.